Setting up Retro Rewind on Windows is very easy, but Steam Deck and Linux, I had to do some research on. Thankfully, now that I've got it figured out, I'm going to show you how to do it too. I'll have all the links and sources linked in the description of this video.
Before we begin, you'll need to have Emudeck set up on your Steam Deck. If you don't have that set up yet, go do that first and then watch this video. After Emudeck is set up, we gotta boot up Mario Kart Wii for the first time. If you skip this step, then Retro Rewind will be stuck in a boot loop. And while we're here, let's just make sure that in the alternative emulator settings, GameCube is set to Dolphin Standalone. Boot up Mario Kart Wii. Once we're on the title screen, the files have been created and we can just quit the game. Now we need to go into desktop mode. You can obtain the files you need within desktop mode, or you can transfer them from a flash drive. We'll need to go to this website, which I'll have linked in the description, and we're going to click on full download. Now if you're on Windows, you might have this little error, just allow download. If you're doing it from the Steam Deck though, you should just be able to download it, no problem. Once you have the file downloaded, let's open up the zip, and there are only 3 things we need from here. We need the Riivolution folder, the Retro Rewind 6 folder, and the apps folder. After we have those 3 things, we no longer need the zip. This next part will be done on the Steam Deck, but before we do anything, make sure while you're in desktop mode, if you don't see these folders, click on the 3 lines up here and click on Show Hidden Files. Once you have these 3 folders on your Steam Deck, we're gonna go to Home, var, app, org.Dolphin, data, DolphinEmu, load, Riivolution, and now we're gonna move these 3 folders in here. Once that's done, we're going to boot up Steam and start up Emulation Station. And we're going to select Emulators, Dolphin. Then we're going to scroll over to Mario Kart Wii, right click it, start with Riivolution patches, make sure pack is set to enabled and separate save game set to enabled. Then click on save as preset, type in the name of the preset. I already did, I called it Retro Rewind. And then you click on save. I already have it, so I don't need to save anything. After that, it should create a little game right here. So now we're going to exit Dolphin. With that, we now have Retro Rewind in Emulation Station. Now, you could go back to game mode and boot it up in here and it would work. However, I personally like having it in my Steam library because it has its own online multiplayer function. And so I would like to have a more convenient way of booting this up rather than booting up a launcher and then selecting the game. So if you're fine with just using Emulation Station to boot it up, you're done. But if you want it in your Steam library, here's what we're going to do. We're going to quit Emulation Station, and we're back on desktop mode. you're gonna go to Emudeck, then go to Steam ROM Manager. It might take a minute to boot up. Now, I don't want every game in my Steam library. I just want Retro Rewind. So I'm gonna untoggle the parsers, scroll down until I find Wii. Then I'll click on Add Games, click on Parse. Now, I've already excluded the games I don't want showing up, but if you've already put a bunch of Wii games on here, then you'll need to click on Exclude Games and click on all the games that you do not want to show up in your Steam library. After selecting the games you do not want to show up in your Steam library, click on Save Excludes. After that, Retro Rewind should be the only thing showing up here. Once that's done, click on Save to Steam, and it'll reboot Steam, and next time you boot up Steam, it should show up in there. Once that's done, you can exit and go back to gaming mode to play the game, but the game will not have any artwork by default. So I'll leave a link to SteamGridDB if you want to add artwork for your game. Once that's done, you can go back to gaming mode. Now you should have Retro Rewind in your Steam library, and pressing the play button should just boot up the game for you. Wonderful! I hope this video helped you out, I hope you learned something from it, and I hope you have a good rest of your day or night.